What's up, Del? Something on your mind?
Hmm? That's nothing. Just thinking.
Oh no. You're not still feeling unwell, are you?
It's just a twinge now, that's all. I'm sharp as ever, me.
You sure? Because I remember, once the big fever passed, you went hot and cold again a couple more times. I've never seen you go down like that.
I said I'm fine, didn't I? God, but you don't worry too much. Come on, I'm starving.
Something's bothering me.
Really? He seemed pretty healthy to me.
Just a bad feeling, I suppose. It was a human that wounded him. Hard to say whether the Magla might have any nasty side effects. You know.
You mean he may need magic healing? I don't know if we're gonna find that here on the island.
Hey, is there any way we could get Rella to take a look at him? Magla-born symptoms can take a turn for the worse incredibly fast, no matter how healthy you are. I'd rather not let it fester.
Huh. Well, we do claim to help anyone in need, eh? But don't forget that we're fighting a battle. And if you cannot distinguish friend and foe on the battlefield, it will be your end.
I know you're right. But I get the feeling those two are telling themselves the same thing.
What if now, what if, instead of speeding to her doorstep, we ask her saintliness to come here? It'll just take a bit of conspiring to get our story straight. I mean, I'm not normally a chap to take sides in this sort of thing, but those two hardly strike me as the evil type.
Look, Captain, I wouldn't feel right ignoring this. Will you please go to the royal capital for me?
No problem. I'll go.
I knew you'd say that. Well, if Rella's coming here, I guess it won't be that much trouble.
Thanks. I remember I called you too soft once. I see now I was wrong.
If that's sorted, let's get it done sharpish before any complications crop up.
Thank you so much for your help leading the evacuation. They tell me not everyone got a chance to thank you. So on their behalf...
Don't worry about it. Didn't want the annihilation of a whole village on my conscience is all.
Wasn't expecting you to handle the evacuation side, Del. Thought for sure you'd be the first in the fray with the human.
They healed me up. Gotta repay the favor, don't I? Wouldn't feel right otherwise.
Then for their sake, you should take care of yourself, too.
What? Who the hell? No way. Aren't you Saint Rella?
You're joking. You're not joking. Why is she here?
I called for her, and she came. You that surprised? I know people in the Crown Theocracy. My work speaks for itself these days.
It's almost time for the Saints' Day festivities in Montario. Having been invited, I was in the area. I heard about your splendid work, Fidelio and Basilio. I hardly recognize the two of you.
You remember us?
Of course. This is a bit of a reversal, though. Back then, it was you helping treat Basilio's wound. I can tell how far you've come since then.
Ugh.
But I've also heard about your own injury. Your right foot, I'm guessing. Have you felt any sudden fevers come on? Let me have a look. Yes, that should do. I can see you had an expert looking after you already. Physically, you're as well as anyone could ask. But... Fidelio, is there something you feel lost or anxious about?
Where's that coming from?
I've talked to lots of people and observed the flow of their magic. By now, I'm certain that Magla is connected to our emotions. When I speak to someone who's feeling strong emotions, I can sense the state of their heart as if seeing it with my own eyes.
Nah, I'm sound. Nothing's getting me down.
I see. Then you should be fine. Just don't take life for granted, or your treatment will have been for nothing. Keep on living, all right? For now, let's see. Run to the beach and back with Basilio. If you can make it without slowing down, then clearly There's nothing wrong with your foot.
Hey, sounds like a laugh. Just like when we were kids. Step lively, Del, or I'll leave you behind.
Hey, what the hell? I said I'm fine. Oh, damn it. Basilio! Hang on!
Thanks, Rella. When you told me about the first time you'd saved someone's life, I didn't realize you were talking about them.
You're in Luis's entourage now. Yet you needed our stories to match in front of the brothers. You're swimming in dangerous waters, aren't you? Not just that, you've got a gauntlet runner that can teleport across the land and an elder captain who wields it through magic. That's a lot to take in.
Well, how do I put this?
I didn't realize it when I met you before, but you're already one of the top candidates. I saw the King's Rock. Are you intending to confront Luis?
Yes, that's right.
Well, there you have it.
So you are committed to this path, no matter what. I knew this day might come. It's not my place to stop you.
Come now, do you have to be so bleak? I've already spent my fair share of time with Luis, you know.
Don't underestimate Luis. As far as the Crown Theocracy knows, the King's magic will protect the highest candidates from any harm. And they think that guarantees their safety at the festival. But I've done my research. Some attacks the barrier can't stop. I believe the magic only prevents underhanded approaches, like ambush.
So there's a loophole.
It's not widely known, but take a duel, for instance. Both parties identify themselves, fight with consent, and the magic won't protect them, no matter their standing.
But if you just have to identify yourself and agree to fight... Oh, was that why the battle with Gladel?
Suffice it to say the King's Shield is not perfect, and Luis will surely exploit that. I have a terrible feeling there will be bloodshed before Saint's Day is over. I won't try to stop you, but... be careful down the road, all right?
I'll protect Juna. I promise.
But where is this coming from? Honestly.
Then please, look after Juna.
Ugh. You do know I'm not a child anymore.
Keep up, Del! Gotta be faster than that!
You spring-heeled bastard, you've got the height advantage. Damn it. You haven't won yet.
I suppose we'll have to leave it there.
Can't deny it this time, though. You lot did fantastic.
And Lady Juna's safe too. I owe you thanks for that, if nothing else. The islanders gave us a map of the east side of the island. Their way of thanking us, I suppose. You're welcome to it, if you don't waste it.
See? Old Del's great at looking after people. He saved loads of them in the evacuations.
Oh, belt up, would you? Been meaning to ask. That's a book, yeah?
Didn't take you for a book reader. Lord Luis likes them, though. Often got his head buried in one.
By the way, doesn't Lord Luis have this same book? I hear it's been banned.
How should we know? Not like we grew up round books. People barely literate nowadays, frankly.
So, what's it say? Long as we're killing time anyhow, let me see it. In this world, one can become anything they desire. Neither birth nor status decides your occupation.
Huh, sounds grand, that. You think this place really exists?
Of course not, you muppet. It's a fantasy, remember? Anyone is free to become anything. This is a paradise of equality and freedom, devoid of discrimination or prejudice. Pretty words, them. But if everybody's free to do what they want, they'll work out their own reasons to be prejudiced. You can call it a utopia, but I reckon people living in it might romanticize our world too. At the end of the day, dreaming of escape will only ever be a dream. Nothing changes unless you do it with your own hands.
Aye. But if we really could do anything, I quite fancy opening up a little diner with you, Del. You like singing, eh? And I'm dead handy with a cook pan. We could invite Lady Juna over. Host a fancy soiree of our own. Every night, just us and our best mates living it up. You telling me you don't like the sound of that?
Get your head out of the clouds, Baz. We're long past being able to get away with that. Doesn't matter anyway. The dream is just a dream.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now then.
Well then, we'll be departing today, but what's this I hear about a festival on the island? The islanders all seem to be heading for the coast.
Yes, of course.
The village wants to show their gratitude to us and wish us a safe journey. Thanks to the tides, I believe we can still make it by the deadline, even if we leave tomorrow. The festivities include a secret rite where a dragon god statue is set alight in a ceremonial bonfire. It's said that if you offer prayers to it with someone, your wishes will come true. Oh, isn't that just marvelous? And who will our dear captain pray with tonight, I wonder? Record? Yes, please. I'm gonna need it. With that decided, we all helped the villagers prepare for the festival, and once the effigy of the dragon god was complete, the sun was already down. Damn.
Didn't expect them to throw such a party before our departure. A far cry from our first night here in a cell.
I hope whoever we get to hang out with, it's voiced, and I'm torn between two. Because the guide is saying you can pick whoever you want and you'll get a unique weapon for that character's main class type. So, the only character that I plan on using for her main class type is Hulkenberg, to be honest. Because Summoner isn't really good. Masked Dancer, while could be overly busted, ain't good either. I don't plan on having a Heisme on Assassin at all. Or on the Thief archetype lineage. Yeah. And Stroll? I don't use physical, but when I could use physical, he could come in real handy, so I don't know. I'll have to think on it.
I hear 'tis a festival in the dragon god's name, meant to ensure a safe sea voyage. In place of a lighthouse, their fire is kept burning until the morning.
I say, these locals are barely well informed. They're up to their gills in practical and theoretical magna theory. Not as focused on the mechanicals as us mainlanders, but the land's far from barbaric. Their insights could rather improve the runner's design, you know? Ah, speaking of, I finished with the Lance replica.
We're finally ready.
Woo! Grand, ain't it? Del's all better. And we've got some choice souvenirs to bring back to Lord Luis.
We're not out of the woods yet. Don't be too quick to celebrate.
Hey, come on, lads, loosen up! It's a party! We've all earned a little fun.
And you? What's a sanctist fat cat like you doing getting all giddy over a pagan festival?
I have to laugh, don't I? You know, I thought the Crier's life had made me pretty knowledgeable about our world, but turns out most of what I knew was lies. Makes me think, maybe this is how my old father felt.
Crier a family trade, eh? Imagine that.
The Crown Theocracy does love their hereditary titles. Yeah, my old man was a serious fella. More than me, that's for sure. He called out corruption where he saw it. Made him a pariah. But there you go. Yeah, I remember he once flat out suggested igniters were more dangerous than the Crown Theocracy was letting on. And there was that riot in the slums, of course, the one started by that Parapus. The church dismissed it as paupers revolting over their conditions. But my old man, well, he said it wasn't a riot at all. outright accused the Crown Theocracy of turning an innocent Parapus feral through horrific magic experiments.
What?
Who knows what really happened there? Either way, nobody took my father seriously. He was condemned as a liar, and he died young. Just the way it is, I suppose. People will always prefer their own feelings to the truth. Happiness is a luxury hard to come by otherwise. Hard to care about the world after that. I was a poor excuse for a crier, if you ask me. Yet, here I am. It's beyond weird. Somehow, you lot have managed to make the world seem interesting again. I'm genuinely grateful, you know? Makes a man feel as if he owes you.
You owe us nothing. Can't afford any rumors about you being biased in our favor, anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, though, you need anything, you've got me on your side. I'll do what I can. For now, I'll catch a boat ride to Altabury ahead of you. Once this festival's over, it'll be farewell for the moment. So, let's make this a bash to remember.
Now, time for some fun! Bring out the treats!
And those are?
The fruit is called dragon's tears. They're quite precious. Their tree only bears once every few years.
Ah, 'tis delicious. Beyond delicious.
Wonderful. This again. Hulkenberg's tastes are a dubious metric at best.
Please, it's the rarest of harvests, and we would like to share it with you.
Sounds. I feel quite...
Right?
What's going on? There's something odd about the way those two are laughing. But he's crying. What is this fruit?
You see, in old long times ago, people ate this to reach a higher plane of existence and talk to the gods.
Ha! Yes, you certainly appear to have reached some higher state. Glad I passed.
Phew. Finally back to normal. Well, that sure felt like a festival. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, and did you hear? The people of this island make a wish over that flame. It's said that if you write your wish on a piece of paper, it'll bring you good luck. You don't often get to relax like this. So why don't you go there with someone? Have you decided on someone?
Yeesh.
Damn it! My lord, what's in those dragon's tears? We've got Heisme babbling on and crying his eyes out, then Hulkenberg and Yuva were having sword fights with my arms. This banquet has been memorable. Right, now it seems as good a time as any to go make our wish at the Dragon God statue. Excuse me.
Alright.
You make your wish? I considered a few, but settled on wishing for a victory over Luis. Felt important enough. They'll have no second chance, after all. If you really think about it, you realize how with each passing moment, any number of people out there in this country are making their own wish for their future, or for the future. And all those wishes, there are responsibility too. I find that somewhat terrifying. I think I know the feeling.
Huh?
You too, huh? You know, sometimes I have this dream. Well, more of a nightmare. Louise gets the best of us, and we die. Ridiculous, isn't it? To be brought so low by a dream. Especially when all I've got to do is make sure it never comes true.
So?
What about you? Did you wish for something? I wish for everyone's safety. Your wishes, they seem to come true. I felt that way since all the way back at the fort. Regardless, I have faith in you. Or I have faith in you, that is, Will.
Hey!
Did you two make your wishes? What'd you wish for? Huh? You're not supposed to tell anyone, you know?
For real?
Well, that's unfair. I bet you told Will. Oh, I see. Something not fit for a lady's ears, was it?
Huh?
Oh, come off it. If that's the impression I've given you, you're sorely mistaken. Tell her she's wrong, Will. Never mind that. Did you two notice? The brothers have been staring daggers at us since earlier. Really. Seems like as good as an opportunity as any. Might be time to go sweet talk them, hmm? As easy as that. She's so aware of her surroundings at all times. I suppose that's how she managed to sneak into Louise's good graces.
What?
I thought she was just going over there to flirt.
What the?
Are you daft? She's obviously going over there to see what they know. Hard to tell what the Magnus brothers are thinking, but let's pray that they don't catch on.
Right.
Oh, right. I found something interesting on the island. A fairly decent greatsword washed up right up on the shore. I'm not sure if you'll find it useful, but I think it's best in your hands. You're sure you want to give it to me? Of course. It's cleaned up rather nicely with a little elbow grease. I left it on the runner, so if you want, let's go have a look. Sure. She'll give me the gift and we return to the others. Rebel's greatsword. What does it do? If it's gold, surely it does something good.
Tell, you hear all that? What that cry was talking about?
Yeah. Sounded proper familiar to me.
It's easy to blame the Sanctus Church for the whole thing. But maybe not all of them were happy about it. Makes you think. I remember St. Rella looked like her heart was breaking, seeing us at death's door. Maybe she knew what was going on. Del. What do we believe in, really? Are we absolutely positive that, you know, Count Luis's vision and ours have enough in common?
I thought we were done talking about this. He's the reason we got this far. A couple of Parapus orphans. Nobody else wants us. Nobody cares about us. We'd be nothing without Count Luis.
I know, Del, but he makes all them speeches about equality, but in the end, he's gonna leave the weak to die. I heard him talk about his ideal world, and it sounds like a world where we'd have died alone in the dirt. No Saint Rella to save us. Is that what we're fighting for?
Too late for that kind of talk, brother. Blood on our hands either way.
Hey! What are you two doing on your own? Come join the party! You'll miss the whole festival.
Lady Juna.
What's that look about? I know you're absolutely smitten with me, love, but you needn't be so tense about it.
Do you plan to kill Count Luis?
What are you talking about? He can't be killed anyway.
Lady Juna, I don't think your heart is with Count Luis anymore. Or maybe it never was. There's a side of you that you only show them. But us, starting to think we've never seen the real you.
Are you really so worried for Count Luis? He's the one who measures worth in power. So what would he think to hear you underestimating him?
So you don't actually work for Thornton or nothing then? No ulterior motives?
I've been with Count Luis since before the race even started, haven't I? Ever since he was stripped of command.
Hey, Del.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. That's my fault. But trust me on this. I promise I'll make sure this world's got more to give you two than despair.
I saw it with my own eyes. That lance gets past the king's magic. That means it can kill a candidate. They were testing it among themselves, and Lady Juna was right there with them.
You serious? How are we supposed to report that to Count Luis?
Don't worry, it's my own problem. I told you to leave the thinking to me.
You know why? I really like Lady Juna's songs, and I like seeing you listening to her when you get the chance. You got arm around your heart, Del, and her music pierces it. I don't want to kill Lady Juna. And you don't either, Del. Do you?
So?
Tomorrow's the big day, so let's make sure we're plenty rested. Oh boy.
I beg your pardon, but...
Well, since we've all been journeying together for some time, I want to thank you for having me. I'm sad to leave my brother, and will miss him dearly, but I know in my heart this will be a grand adventure.
What now?
Alright, let's check out that sword. The Rebel's Greatsword. Small MP recovery every turn in battle. 320 attack power. Not bad. Greatsword given by Stroll, used by seaborne marauders who only targeted the rich. Not bad. Alright. I go see peace.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Damn it! I must say, I'm sad to leave the island, if, for no other reason than every meal here has been an utter delight. I'm almost certain you said the same thing when we left Brawlhaven. And Martira! New World of Cuisine is but a few days away if you'll just be patient. Mind your tongue, Stroll. A few days is thrice as many meals. Wow, you really are taking this hard. Well, when you've said your goodbyes to the people in the food, you get the Gauntlet Runner.
Hold on.
Don't need to buy anything before heading out.
Okay then.
When you're ready, everyone will be waiting for you at the Gauntlet Runner. The game is acting as if I'll never be back here ever again, and that's just simply not true. So, yeah.
Alright then.
To the Gauntlet Runner.
Let's go!
Looks like the sea's settled somewhat. We've got a map of the Altabury region too. I'd say we're set.
Now we can leave with our minds clear and pockets full, eh? Where are those brothers? Out on errands?
I say we just leave them behind.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Well, long as we've got a minute alone, let's go over our plan. As soon as we get to Altabury, we give Luis the fake lance Nuris made up for us.
While I hold on to the real one.
Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this, once and for all. He doesn't know we've worked out its powers. We'll use that to our advantage. Juna, we'll need you to convince Luis to attend the eve of the festival.
Oh, I've been pestering him to do so for a while now. Don't want him spending the evening in his heavily fortified Skyrunner after all.
So where is the false lance in question?
Right here, ready to poke an eye out. Oh, what do you think? A dead ringer, eh?
Such detail. Even I can't tell them apart.
When we get to Altabury, we'll pass off the fake to Luis. Then, we execute our plan.
Oh, by the way, I was talking with the Magnus brothers earlier. Think they might be onto us.
That's not good. We'll need to be more careful.
Wait, footsteps. Speak of the devils. We'll need to hide the real lance.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
Right, all present and counted. Anchors away, what?
Aye aye, me hearties! What's wrong then? Is that not the customary exclamation of sailors? Mr. Batlin was very specific.
I wouldn't believe everything he says.
'Tis a strange melancholy, leaving the people we have so recently come to know.
We'll be back. With some fantastic tales to tell them too.
Yes, certainly.
This is Altabury Heights. We'll make faster progress back on land. Ah.
Oh.
Ha-ha! Tally-ho, then!
With a new ally in tow, the Gauntlet Runner at last departs the island toward the eastern side of the inland sea. Their destination is the Principality of Montario. Its vast mountain crags, so different from the western terrain, can be seen clearly from the water. Their forthcoming task would be their greatest trial yet. They felt the tension rise in wordless silence.
Indeed. This is...
This appears to be a Montessori-authored travelogue and guide of lands outside the island. I've been thoroughly enacted by Yufa. I've yet to start reading it. Mysterious Guide to Life outside the island. It must be tough for them. Read this work and may gain more tolerance. Let's do it. Travelogue offers an introduction to cultures and customs outside Riga Island, told through the Montessori author's first-hand experience. It contains practical guides for things like creating an altar while traveling or making eye contact with unmasked people. These encapsulate some of the difficulties Montessori people face living outside the island. You must have read and reread this thoroughly. The book is nearly in tatters. Living in a totally foreign culture seems so difficult, and yet this author and Yufa are jumping right into it. They're seeing their willingness to embrace other cultures and values increase my tolerance.
Alright.
+6.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at Cliffshade Camp just as the curtain of night descends on the wilderness. Ideal for their cover, it works both ways, as monsters and rogues alike await their victims in the shadows of the rocks. Only a Gauntlet Runner offers peace of mind against such dangers, a large reason why they are so sought after.
Indeed.
I can feel the temperature dropping since we made it landfall. I bet it'll be pretty cold in Altabury. Red bug. No. I would like to spend time with Yufa, but no. I need to go read How to Walk Outside the Island. Phooey. Oh, what are you doing, Basilio? The Montessori Festival on the island weren't too bad, eh? Reminds me a bit of the bashes we used to have with the other parapastides. They did Juna smile, though. That was the biggest surprise. Never seen her so... Bah, never mind. Forget I said anything. Didn't know she could smile like that. How to walk outside the island, yes. The section on Grand Trad contains a list of recommended shops to visit. The words "must go" are written in small letters next to some, presumably by Yufa. However, the author does advise against spraying at restaurants in Grand Trad. Doing so will greatly increase the chances of being kicked out, apparently. Huh. Living in a totally foreign culture sounds so difficult, and blah blah blah.
Alright.
+6.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
it would seem that...
We now stand among the mountains. I have long gazed at the peaks of Montaria from the island, but I never imagined I would see them this close. Altabury remains cold year-round, so quite accordingly, its people have perfected the art of the piping hot stew. And it's home to the foremost opera house in the kingdom, as well. I suppose that will be the stage of our confrontation with Luis.
I guess.
Let's keep our hopes high. There's some tall mountains on the horizon.
So?
Let's make sure all our preparations are complete by tomorrow night.
Oh.
Oh hey, would you look at that? I get to spend time with you for today.
Actually...
Well, would you join me in a bit of meditation? Passing time, yep.
I'm very happy.
Then let us sit before the altar and bid our spirits calm. My legs are numb after sitting in the same position for so long. Huh. Well, try to clear your mind.
May I?
Meditation is about freeing yourself from your cage of a body and conversing with your soul. If you listen to the voice of your heart, everything here in the world should cease to bother you. I should attempt to do what she says. Listen to the voice of my heart, but how?
Right.
I'll focus on the numbness in my legs. I accepted the sensation of pain and it faded into the distance. I became oblivious to external stimuli and my power of concentration increased. I feel that by coming out of my shell a bit and broadening my horizons, my imagination has increased.
Alright.
+6.
Farewell.
Seems you relaxed a little, so let's keep this up a bit longer, shall we?
Come look at this!
The Gauntlet Runner makes a short stop in front of Colorodeo Cliff, a bluff so tremendous it fills one's vision. Its massive fissure is said to be the vestige of a god's wrath, as only a force capable of splitting heaven and earth could cause it. Perfectly balanced by the work of nature, or the wrath of gods extolled in the myths of creation, none can say.
Damn! That looks like a maw.
Whoa.
Absolutely incredible. I've heard of sheer cliffs before, but I never imagined something like this. Indeed, falling off that precipice would be unfathomably terrifying and exhilarating, I imagine. I don't know why, but it's something I want to scream out into this distance.
On guard!
Damned born-facing scullions!
What?
Yeah, oi! What's gotten into you? My, that was rather pleasing. It's quite refreshing, you know, to pull your voice from the very bottom of your gut and yell in such a manner.
Speaking of...
I am reminded of the time you were all yelling before me. It was a rather terrible experience, I admit, but if I may, I would like to try my hand at this yelling.
Listen!
Never again shall I sleep in a roach-infested inn.
Yes.
I'm with you there. How amusing. I would also like to try screaming as well. She's just going to scream, isn't she? What's the matter? I fully intended to do it, but the words just won't come out at all, and this girl's just too charming. Never changed, love. Oh, does anybody else have something to yell about? I sensed the gazing off the cliff's edge and being filled with an unexplainable urge to scream has somehow branded my horizon.
Alright.
Or wisdom, not horizon. Oi. Wisdom is falling a bit behind.
As for me...
I suppose it's all Nearest's turn. I prepared a list of complaints that I wish I could recite to you all on a daily basis, and... rather chilly out here, isn't it? We should head back before we all catch a cold. Yes, we shouldn't allow ourselves to spend too much time on these distractions. Poor Nearest. But I must scream! As always, I've drawn this place. Here. I would scream, but people are home, so no. I'll keep Nearest's picture as a souvenir of our journey.
The Gauntlet Runner stops amidst rocky terrain as twilight envelops the wilderness in darkness. The twinkling lights are not all stars. Some are the eyes of monsters peering through the dark. To await the dawn in comfort and peace is a privilege only the Gauntlet Runner can provide.
You should arrive in town by this time tomorrow. We've only got a limited amount of time left to enjoy these quiet moments. Once we get to Altabury, well, you know what's going to happen. What are you two brothers doing? At this pace, we'll reach Altabury sometime tomorrow. You got the lens in the end, so I'll not deny you've got the skills for this, but I'll still be watching you until it's in Count Louise's hands. I'm not going to let you out of my sight.
Hey.
The night chills are creeping in. Suppose that means we're closing in on Altabury. Once the lance is in Lord Louise's hands, I'll be out of your hair, eh? The days really flew by. The one thing that this game hasn't done enough of yet is more character interactions with the party themselves. Like, you know, Hulkenberg interacting with Juna, Stroll getting to interact with Yufa, etc. Like, that's one thing that this game hasn't done enough of, and I will not get a point for that. But still, this game has been incredible so far. Hey, Yufa. It's night 8. Yep. Time to finish how to walk outside the land. Or island. The section detailing the small, cute animals that exist outside the island is practically worn. Yufa must have returned to this section often. Aww. But it goes on to depict some methods mainlanders use to keep and raise animals for food. I can feel the authors and Yufa's shock through the pages. Never gonna totally... yeah.
Now then.
+6. Tolerance is at max.
Tolerance. Why, that's...
That I finished the book, I feel like my understanding of the world has deepened.
Alright.
And another +6, because why not? Tolerance I found will become my strength. Oh! I get 800 mag. Hell yeah.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's nearly time.
There's only a ways further until we reach Altabury. The city is likely abuzz with activity related to Saint's Day. I wonder if Louise is already there. Sooner or later, we have to hand Dracodius over to him. I must wonder what the brothers will tell him of our time on the island. I hope they will leave out any unnecessary details.
Got it?
We just have to stand tall and be confident. If you have to sell a lie, look them straight in the eye and say every word like you truly believe it.
Alright then.
Got a sec?
This will be the last time we'll be able to relax for a while. Once we arrive, we'll be jumping right into it. Can't blame me for feeling nervous. After all, we know what's coming. Yeah.
Oh.
You fuck.
Actually, I'm very happy.
I can't believe how hungry I am. Any minute my stomach is going to start growling. Don't get distracted by your thoughts, Will. To meditate is to empty the mind. It is to break away from our day-to-day anxiety and agony in one single moment, here and now. If you are having trouble, try to imagine a place that relaxes your spirit. I should try to do what she says. A place that relaxes my spirit. What should I imagine? A burning fire, one sheep, two sheep. A grand feast, a burning fire.
Alright.
I imagined a burning fire. I'm envisioning a crackling fire. With each wavering glint of flame, another one of my thoughts disappears. I feel that by coming... yeah.
Alright.
I feel that by coming... no! Stop! Well, no, keep going with what you're saying. Anyway, it seems you've relaxed a little, so let's keep this up a bit longer, shall we?
Nura speaking.
Before Altabury's mountains, the Gauntlet Runner sets upon the murky graveyard. The colossal bridges overhead are an impressive sight. During the Annex War, this land was a fierce battleground. Many soldiers, unable to return to their loved ones, found their final rest here. But few honor the dead. Their spirits take no solace. Their tragic remains are desecrated by wild dogs, leaving their bones exposed to the elements.
Damn.
Just look at it.
These bridges are huge! It is an area defined by its numerous valleys. The bridges connect the flatlands and increase the amount of places in which people may live. Ah, that makes sense. If these bridges were to fall in battle, those people would end up isolated.
Hey!
Yes, all very fascinating, but have you looked at what's directly in front of you? Those are the bones of people, aren't they? They are the remains of those who fell during the Annex War. This was the site of a fierce battle, and the dead were left to the elements, denied the dignity of proper burial. War is tragic, and we shouldn't disrespect the fallen here.
Yeah.
Indeed, I can't bear to think of something on this scale happening again. Brings me no pleasure to see it, yet it is valuable to experience the cold reality of battle beyond the legends and tales of valor. Carve this memory into your hearts. That is why the macula that drifts about this place carries such an impressive weight. I can feel the sadness and regret of those whose lives came to an end here. I feel as though my wisdom has deepened after considering those who found their eternal rest here.
All right.
Hey!
Something wrong, Nearest. Your face has gone blue.
That...
Behind you, Nearest. I just saw... Hey! Ah! Do refrain from doing that again. Things of this manner are not my forte. Why, Nearest, I'm surprised you put any stock in scary stories. You're a more gentle soul than I gave you credit for. Too true, too true. Before all else, I am a delicate flower.
Well then.
Shall I make a quiet departure so as not to rouse the dead?
That's my fault.
I'm sorry to have made such a fuss. I would like to give those who died a proper send-off, and drew this with that in mind. Take this with me so I don't forget the people whose lives came to an end here.
Altabury Heights, capital of the Principality of Montario, the eastmost country annexed into the Kingdom of Uchronia. The mountain path leading to the city begins near the coastline, but few gauntlet runners can contend against its steep slope. Those who complete the arduous climb are rewarded. City lights, dusted with snow, twinkle beautifully in the valley. But what awaits the party there is no reward, but their greatest trial thus far. The hour of reckoning draws near, and they steel themselves anew.
The seat of sanctism, Altabury. Truly, I never thought I would see it in person. What is that giant structure?
The monolith. In Sanctus Scripture, they tell of how the stone was shaped by God's own hand.
It's afloat. I'd only heard rumors that it didn't touch the ground, but to see it now.
Are we finally moving again?
Just another trip for our songstress.
We're here at last.
We decided to present Luis with Draco Diaz, Lance of the Dragon God, aboard his gauntlet runner, the Courageous. Let's hope he doesn't find out the lance is a fake.
Well done. So this is the Lance of Legend, is it?
I am called Euphazia, priestess of the island. For personal reasons, I have joined them on their journey.
You do not detest me?
I owe my life to them, and I understand they operate under your guidance.
Indeed. I had heard you were able to obtain the lance without incurring the islanders' hatred. Quite a feat, now that I know it to be true. Well done. At last, it seems that even fate has abandoned Fortin. Thanks to you, I was spared the effort of sifting through ashes to find this. If the islanders could not be persuaded, my next course would have been to raze their village to the ground. The Caradrius' batteries would make that a fairly simple task.
What?
Why are you surprised? At times, sacrifice is necessary to save the many. Was that not the exact reasoning by which your countrymen would have seen you die?
You're...
Have the lance brought to my chamber later. Thank you for your hard work in spite of your wound. Take care of yourselves. Now we need only to wait until tomorrow for the Saints' Day festival.
The whole event will be held over 2 days. at the Opera House?
The first day is the eve of the festival, and I'm scheduled to sing. Hope you're looking forward to it.
Main festivities start on the second day. That's when all these divine relics will be dedicated and sealed. It's aimed at proving beyond a doubt that Sanctism is the highest authority.
All kind of daft though, isn't it? If they were that confident in their scriptures, you'd think they wouldn't have to bother with all that.
This is where Forden dies. He and Sanctism itself. At the very least, it's worth giving him a memorable end.
Lord Louise, I do hope you'll come and watch me sing this time. We missed you at the opening ceremony. If you're not there, it'll hardly be worth it.
You needn't worry. Having come all this way, it would be a waste not to show.
Well, I'm off to check out the Opera House. Want to make sure everything's shipshape for my solo, of course. The rest is up to you.
You have all performed admirably. You exceeded my every expectation. Soon, Forden's reign will come crashing down. From this point onward, I would have you forfeit the competition and dedicate yourself fully to my campaign.
Understood.
For now, rest your wings a while. Tomorrow's festivities will be a grand show indeed.
It seems the land's passed muster. Eurus is a peerless craftsman, if not else.
Yufa, are you okay?
He would have destroyed my home. How could he suggest such carnage with not a shade of guilt? I was sure that deep down, all people are inherently good at heart. But now, you made it sound like you were bound to kill him at any cost. And now I understand why.
I see. Then let's get back on track and go find ourselves an inn. You've got more supporters now. I dare say we'll find better lodging than we could before.
I wouldn't be so sure. This city's in the palm of Forden's hand, and we're the ones who humiliated him during the exhibition.
All the same, we're about to do something big. To be honest, I'll take anywhere, so long as I can stretch out.
It's cold.
Yeah, I'm freezing my wings off.
Then why don't we look for an inn run by a Mustari?
I thought this city was the seat of the church.
In times before the church, it said many diverse faiths and teachings took root in this city. That's why Montario is the only mainland nation that trades with the islands.
Indeed. My grandfather often said that until his generation, the only prominent building of the Sanctus Church was that opera house. Though the prevailing story now, of course, is that Sanctism reclaimed this land from malevolent pagans.
Either way, I'm certain there should be quite a few Mustari who feign conversion and live in seclusion.
If one of these Mustarians really exists, it may work in our favor. Let's look for it.
Speaking of...
If it's a Mustari-owned inn we seek, then I know of one in the center of town. 'Tis called Skyward Tavern. I recall it being rather pleasant, with very little that would point to its Mustari roots.
Certainly.
It was on the Diofranco Street, if I'm not mistaken. So cold. At least Hulkenberg is in our element. Can we get going before we freeze, though? Altabury Heights, Nun Lumo Approach. Is that where we are currently?
All right then.
Yes, indeed. All right. So collect the gold beetle on the right sidewalk. So there's something here.
Well,
the right.
man.
I see it.
Hey, mister!
Sun Lumo Approach at the bottom of the stairs near the bridge.
All right then.
And so I got a ways to go.
Oi!
Hey, listen!
There's nothing there.
No. This isn't the bridge.
All right then.
That
Hey,
is, though.
listen!
Hang on.
Right here. Or not. Bottom of the stairs near the bridge.
Stay there.
Oh, different stairs.
Hang on.
Right here. Light Peak's Magic Shop. Interact with the pot to get a gold beetle. Okay, item shop. Hopefully get a new sword that's better than the golden epee.
Right.
Proper aces.
Ooh. What's this little area down here?
Beg pardon?
White Peak's Magic Shop. Hey! I indirectly found where I needed to go. Oh, I hear it. What do you have in stock? There we go.
What would you like?
How's the turn icon cost of guarding? And it's literally the same shit. Damn. Feels bad, man. I wish that store got updated as time went on.
Look, I don't give a toss who's king. I just want some coin.
Jesus. Okay, dude. Altabury Heights, Blue Sky Bridge. Collect the gold beetle by the pillars. Alright, so that's another location I need to keep track of. Sunflower Pharmacy. Hello there. Just unlocking you as a waypoint. Goodbye. Weapon shop. What have you got in stock? Moss Caliber. Increased damage against plant-type monsters. Ugh. Dusk Fly Staff. Increases damage against undead monsters. No, excuse me. Windsprite Katana. Okay. So, nothing good. Shame. Like, the attack power by 120 is great. But the effect is not so much. Plus, I'd rather wait for a, what's it called? A sale day to happen. Snowwolf Parka. Runic Vestment. Strength +3, Magic +3. Automatically increase defense at the start of combat. Ooh! Magic +6 with the Mystic Robe. All classes can use this. I'd rather give this to Will, to be honest. 20% off already? Damn. Strength +3, Magic +3. Automatically increases attack at the start of combat. Hey, that's kind of good. Again, I'm gonna wait until sale day. Blue Sky Bridge. I need to be at.
All right then.
Who'll take the crown now?
You're not serious. All right then.
Upper Dia Franco Street. Ah. Blue Sky Bridge. Collect the gold beetle by the pillars.
Let's go.
Is it upper or lower? By the pillars.
Look, I don't give a toss who's king. I just want some coin.
Damn. All right then.
Upper Blue Sky Bridge. By the pillars.
Damn.
I'll have to go through there. Maybe. I'll be right back.
What now?
Well, I found one gold beetle. And it's at the edge of the upper house area. But I'm having a hard time trying to find the one, the blue sky bridge. Collect the gold beetle by the pillars. The guide isn't saying upper or lower. I imagine it's upper, but I don't know where the pillars are exactly. I turned off the music to try and get an ear out, or get a feel for it.
Proper aces. Hang on a minute, you.
Yeah.
What?
Jesus.
Proper aces.
Yeah, like pillars where?
That's the one from the exhibition.
What pillars? And is it upper or is it lower?
Beg pardon?
Is it around here? You?
Who's got the crown now?
I'll be right back.
What now?
Now, 2 seconds after I found it. It's right next to the weapon shop. The armsmith. Instead of saying, oh, behind some pillars, or by the pillars, it should say upper blue sky bridge, to the right of the weapon shop. Ugh, this game. Or the guide, rather, sometimes. Anyway, let's go to the end.
Who'll take the crown now?
You're not serious.
Hello there.
Hey, mister.
Proper aces. Oi!
However, I think this is where I'm going to call things here for now. So next time on Metaphor Refantazio, let's press on with the story and see what happens, shall we? I'll see you all then.
What now?